Hey guys, Kingpin here. Welcome to the next episode of TaleCraft. I've been coming in and out of the village a lot lately since I've been grinding for XP in the new zombie farm that we made in the last episode. And in doing so, I've overheard the villagers say they've been a bit bored lately. They have a really safe area to work, and there's no danger present to them. But they need some entertainment. 3 days from recording this, on March 26th, Planet Zoo is going to come out on all consoles. I really like animals and I enjoy tycoon-esque building games, so I'm really excited for that. Using that game as inspiration, I figured we could help our villager friends and build a few zoo exhibits inside the village, or at least somewhere around it to give them something to watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This will be the start of a great new mini-series in TaleCraft. Let's get to it. We got some pretty good luck in the enchantment table for once. Let's show you guys what I got. The leggings are perfect. Prot 4, Swift Sneak 3, Mending, and Unbreaking. The only kind of interesting enchantment is Swift Sneak, which basically means we can sprint while we're crouching, which will really help out next time we go to the ancient city. The boots could be better. Unbreaking and Mending means they'll never break, but we still need to get some better enchantments on them for later. And this axe is really nice. I only wanted to get Unbreaking and Mending on it, but Sharpness and Fortune 2 is a good bonus. With our good new tools, I'm thinking we can start building the zoo. I'm thinking we build it right over there, kind of right above where I am where I was just pointing. And for today, I think we're going to start building the back of the zoo first and work towards the front, which means we kind of want an interesting animal or an interesting mob to start off. I'm thinking the frog, since we know where a mangrove swamp is and it'll be pretty easy to get. The armadillo is going to come to the game any day now. Hopefully we can make an exhibit for that when it comes out. But first we need to get the frogs. These frogs are bright white in a swamp with brown mud everywhere. I don't know how it's taking me this long to find them. Maybe some spawned over here and wandered away. Wait, I think I see one. Yeah. Wait, and there's a second one. Perfect. All we need is 2. We can breed as many as we can. We have 13 slime balls from killing various slimes across this playthrough so far. Bringing them home was surprisingly easy. Now we can just keep them here so they're safe, and in the meantime we'll build the enclosure. Might as well breed them up now while we can. They take slime balls to breed, just like you'd breed a cow with wheat and a pig with potatoes. It's really easy, as long as they have access to water so they can lay their spawn. For the exhibit, I'm thinking we have a little underwater viewing area with a shallow pond so you can see the frogs above the water and appreciate their unique swimming animation by viewing them under the water. Hopefully it'll hold anywhere from 5 to 7 frogs, because there are 3 different colors. In all tycoon games, one of the most important things you can do is change up the ground with different terrains to match the animal's likes. So now I'm using mud. I don't want these exhibits to be boring, so I'm going to try and mix them into their natural habitat. Like instead of just having a basic post here, I'm attempting to recreate a mangrove tree in a really small scale. Hopefully it turns out well, because these trees are complicated. Keeping with their natural habitat, I want the roof of this and kind of the main accent color of this mangrove area to be red, just like the wood from the mangrove trees. I think it looks good and doesn't clash too well with the mud. Maybe there's a reason the devs chose this color. I managed to find a tadpole. Let's introduce him to his new exhibit. Since we got these guys from the mangrove swamp, they're white. It all depends on what biome you find frogs in. For example, when these guys have babies and they hatch, the frogs will be a more orange color since they're in a kind of medium heat biome. If they're in a cold biome like a taiga or a tundra, the frogs will be green, which are cold frogs. Since we found these ones in the mangrove, they're warm frogs, which are white. I tried to include all different things frogs like, from little areas where they can have the sunlight, to the underwater viewing, and even the mud and the different textures on the ground. Frogs also like to jump on lily pads a lot, so I was sure to include a bunch of them. But look, hey, there he just went right there. Even though the Wild update, which is the update that introduced frogs, is a couple years old at this point, I haven't really used many of these blocks in building, but I have to say I really like the mud bricks and the packed mud. It blends in well with the path, better than spruce wood, which is what I typically use. But now let's get this area a little bit more up and running with some details. I think this turned out much better. I used a lot of mud and blocks really native to a mangrove swamp. We have a nice frog statue and 2 separate exhibits. It took me forever to get the right size mangrove trees. Some of them were too small and some were too big, but I tried to really mimic a mangrove swamp, block for block. Later on we'll do expansions to this, but first I'll give you guys a tour. Next to this will probably be the savanna, since mangrove swamps and savannas can spawn next to each other naturally. That's actually where ours are in this world. So we'll do the armadillo when it comes out, the llama, and I think there's a new wolf variant coming in 1.21. The first exhibit over here is for tropical fish, which can be found in the mangrove swamps. I actually didn't know that until I started exploring them, but we have a bunch of different varieties of tropical fish. There's thousands you can find in the game. They're all over the water, and even though there's a trapdoor that separates it, the fish can go under it so they can swim anywhere. I've seen this frog statue all over TikTok and YouTube, so I can't really give credit to anyone. I just used an image, but you can find plenty of videos on how to build it. This is the main exhibit of this section of the zoo. It has cold and moderate frogs, and a couple of tropical fish for some cohabitation. All that means is when 2 animals can share an exhibit and not fight each other. If you've ever been to a zoo, think about how some African exhibits have a bunch of different animals on display at once. It's getting late and I think the zoo's about to close. We should probably get back soon. But eventually I want to have every single animal in Minecraft on display here. Maybe hostile mobs, but I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of TaleCraft. I really like the idea of having a small zoo we can add to when things get a little bit dry around the village. I hope you guys like it too. With all that being said, that's going to be it for today's shorter episode. Tomorrow or the next day we're going to be working on a beefier one, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. There's going to be a big expansion coming. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you can check it out. Kingpin out.